Now, I do want to get you right back into some of the big headlines that we are covering here as President Trump's administration is preparing 1,500 troops for potential deployment over to Minnesota amid the protests and unrest following this month's shooting death of Renee Good by an ICE officer there in Minneapolis. A senior U.S. official confirming the information to Fox News Digital, saying the U.S. Army's 11th Airborne Division, based in Alaska, has been given orders to prepare for deployment. That division, by the way, specializes in cold weather and mountain warfare. The Washington Post first to report all of this. President Trump threatened just days ago to invoke the Insurrection Act, allowing for the deployment of U.S. military forces to Minnesota if state officials do not crack down on the anti-ICE agitators. There is a lot to discuss.
Well, people, this is what's coming. This is what's coming. January 18th, 2026, 5:30 p.m. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday. Let's say it together. Praise our God from whom all blessings flow. Well, it's only a matter of time, right? Troops will be in Minnesota. It's not the first time. They were here in Minnesota in 2020, a few days after the George Floyd. Many of you all know I have been decoding the George Floyd incident since it began. I do believe it was fabricated, just like I believe this other situation, Renee Good, was fabricated. But I digress. The powers have got this thing to a point where they have taken a Hollywood made for drama TV series and they're going with their playbook gradually. And it's only a matter of days now, if not overnight, they're coming. But is there something deeper? In this video, I will show you a few things. I'll let you decide. Welcome new subscribers. The 5 C's will be at work. The clues, the codes, the colors, the confirmation of time and conclusion. I do not like reporting on stuff like this. However, it is current and you have to understand the mentality of Caesar. You must understand the military aspect of Aurelian. These two people, historic leaders of that era. Well, people, it's something else. Matter of fact, let's look up something right quick. Let's look up something. When did Constantine the Great die? Constantine the Great, May 14th. No wonder my 522 always comes up. 522. So I digress. Let's look at this here. United States Army came into fruition, right? Thank you for your service. On June 14th, 1775. Believe it or not, Trump's birthday is June 14th. United States Army came into fruition June 14th, 1775. And Trump's birthday is June 14th as well. He showed them off on his birthday, remember? Their anniversary. Now look, June 14th, 1775, right there. January 20th, 2025, Trump was inaugurated. 249 years, the Army, and 313. Pope Francis became the Pope on 3/13/2013. The beast system will have a fake religion. Is this coincidence? Will this decode have X amount of numbers to show that we're going into the new system? I believe it will. Many times when they have major events in America, they're pointing towards something because they deal with future past. So again, on March 13th of 2023, of 2013, that's when Pope Francis became the Pope. Let's look at it, I'll show you. Pope Francis became the Pope on 3/13/2013. So there it is right there, March 13, 2013, the Pope. And there it is there, 313. So let's go forward. Trump, June 14th, he had a military parade. 250 years, remember that? I did a video on that. 250th anniversary of the Army coming up. So he celebrated this on June 14th, his birthday as well. Here it is. That's what he wanted, didn't he? He said it was for the Army. Many people believe it was for him. I concur. The mentality of Caesar. Now look, June 14, 2025, his birthday and the anniversary of the Army versus today's date, January 18, 2026. Our country was founded on July 4th. They're going to destroy this thing. They're just telling you in advance, in my humble opinion. Because too much power corrupts absolutely, people. That's why I feel the way I feel. Too much power. That's why I told you guys the other day, it's a do-nothing Congress. He does many things without even talking to Congress. And Congress is made up to Republican and Democrat. And like I said in yesterday's video, Republican means rebellion, in my humble opinion. Satan rebelled in heaven. They had to have some type of system to come down, that is the demons and Satan. They had to have some type of system to put in place once they hit rock bottom, that is the earth, because God hurled them down here. So they were rebellious. They are rebellious creatures. So in my humble opinion, they reflect Republican. And what is Democrat? Well, Democrat is dominion. That's what Satan wanted. Once he got to earth, he wanted dominion. God gave Adam dominion. There was a machine, a ballot count machine back in the day called the Dominion machine in relation to the vote count of Trump versus Biden. It's symbolic. I'm not saying all Democrats and Republicans are bad. I'm just saying the party reflects the spirit of things. Rebellion and dominion. And anytime you see the Army coming in your neck of the woods, what you think that means? So when you take January 18th, today's date, from July 4th, 1776, our founding, you get 9/11/44. What is 9/11? You know what happened on 9/11. And what is 44? The Antichrist, Barack Obama, the 44th president. Is that coincidence? Now look, Passe Comitatus Act. That was created and put into law June 18th, 1878, so that United States Army could never be on our soil. But you see how they bypassed it? They're telling you that X amount of servicemen are coming to they're coming to Minnesota because of all the upheaval and because of this so-called fake situation that happened 2 weeks ago with Renee Good, this stunt that they pulled, they got to justify it. Now they're saying, oh, okay, we're going to bring the army in. It's all a stunt. So why are they pulling this off? Because they want to take over the country. They got to justify it. Only way to justify it is that they got to justify breaking the rules. Do you understand? The rules are you can't have the army on our shores. But when they come up with these fake situations, so they're going to show you videos saying the army is coming, but they didn't show you a video of all these fake protesters that they're bringing over. Because many of them, in my humble opinion, are fake. That's right, I believe they're fake, just like when they brought them to Chicago and tore up downtown with Antifa and Black Lives Matter. Fake, hired people. They're hired. The end result, the more laws they pass, the more rules that they break, before you know it, you got a different country. That's what they want. They want our country to implode. So you take 6/18/2025, anniversary of this Common Thomas Act, Positive Thomas Act, versus today's date, you get 214. What is 214? The 214th day of the year is August 2nd. That's J.D. Vance's birthday. Isn't that something? And he served in the Marines back in the day. That's right, J.D. Vance served in the Marines for 4 years, right out of high school. Now look, today's date. Today is January 18th, 2026. April 6, 2026 is the anniversary birthday of Governor Walz. The difference is 79. Let me show you this here. Okay, we have Governor Tim Walz's birthday. April 6, 1964. So, April 6, 2026, his birthday. Today is January 18, 2026. The difference between today and Tim Walz's birthday is 79 days. Now, what makes this ridiculous? Trump is 79 years old. Do you see that? It's all staged, people. It's all staged. Now look, we had an Army-Navy game back on December 13th. December 13th. The total score is what, 33, like 33 degrees, Masonic. And what else do we have? The Army was sent to Minnesota back in the day with George Floyd, May 27th, 28th of 2020. So, May 27th, 2020, today's date, 1/18/2026. The difference is 5 years ago in 7/22. What is 7/22? Well, Lincoln died at 7:22 a.m. on April 15th. Really, Pearson? Yeah, let me show you how it all ties in. Because they do future past. They're trying to tell us something here. Here is the video that I did on the Army-Navy game. Listen to this. There's two things I want to show you. Look, when you add up all four of these players, you got Army and Navy, okay? Army and Navy. They're the players of the Army and the Navy. You got 1, 2, and there's 2 over here. Watch this here. 11, 96, 51, and his number here is 53. You add them all together, you get 211. The 211th day of the year is July 30th. I'm gonna put it all together for you. Okay, see that there? 211th day of the year is July 30th. Okay, July 30th, 2025. Today is 12/13 of the game. The difference is 194. Did you know the 194th day of the year is July 13th. That's when Trump got hit in the ear. They were telling us something then with the Army Navy. You understand? Trump will be unalive. They're trying to tell us. Now watch this again. All together, So when you put all the players together, all their numbers, 51, 53, 96, and 11, came out to 211. And eventually I came out with 194. The 194th day of the year is July 13th. That's when Trump got hit in the ear. It's deep, y'all. Now, what I want you to see here is that the Army number 51 and 53 is 104. 104. The 104th day of the year is April 14th. Now, what is April 14th? This man got hit in the head on April 14th. Ain't that deep? See, I connected it. They're trying to tell us. They had the Army-Navy game. They had the Army-Navy game on December 13th. Minnesota had the Army there doing George Floyd, May 27th. May 27th from today gives you 7/22. That's when Lincoln died at 7:22 a.m. So now we got to see if it connects to what? If it connects back to the Army thing, and it does. Because the Army is going to Minnesota, and in the Army-Navy game, you had 51 and 53. Did you not? 51 and 53. Let's look at it. 51 and 53. The actual players.
96,
51 and 53.
and his number here is 53. You add them all together, you get 211.
But the two numbers together for the Army are 104, 51 and 53. That gives you the 104th day of the year is April 14th. That's the day he was shot. People, they had it real good. They had it real good. I want you to know that this ain't nothing but a stunt. They playing games. I'll do a quick edit somehow. I'll do it. I learned how to edit about a week and a half ago, so I'm gonna put the video up, but you're gonna see a part that was edited because I got lost in the sauce for about 45 seconds, so I'll take out that part where I was stuck. If you're in Minnesota, tell me what you think. Hey, I still got half the man to go down. This is a once in a lifetime situation. I would love to go down there and just film and stay out of the way. I still might go down there. It's about a 9-hour drive for me, but had to fly out there. But this is a once in a lifetime situation. This is crazy. And the question is it coming to a state near you? You know, are they going to be shipping, allegedly, agitators out to different cities? Have you seen that? And let's keep it real. I want to show you guys something. I've been reporting on this stuff for about 5 years. I had people telling me I was crazy. But let me tell y'all something. I ain't crazy. All you got to do is watch. And in time, you see what the hell I've been telling you. You guys were sending me information, and I had information. This stuff has been shipped out the last 3 to 5 years in different cities. I've seen them on trains. I've seen the videos, and the next week the video's been taken down on social media. If you have seen these tanks and these whatever Army vehicles, let me know in the description, because I saw them. I saw these rigs, whatever you want to call them. I saw them. And I've even seen them in small towns on trains. People trying to tell us this was coming. That's why I'm telling y'all this stuff. All this stuff was planned ahead of time. It's a social experiment, but it's a reality now. This is King Arthur. This ain't nothing but cause and effect. Problem, action, solution. That's what they want. They want their golden age. But they're telling you the golden age is, you know, cheese and caviar and crackers and wine and whining and dining, and you ain't gonna own them but be happy. But they gotta put it in your face, the Army telling you They're protecting you, but really they're setting things up for a 1984 situation, along with the cameras and everything else. So they, in my humble opinion, they the one caused the civil unrest. But a lot of folks don't gonna disagree. You're entitled to your opinion. Like you, I pray Jesus just come on. That's it. Yeah, I pray the Lord just come on, because you know, your kids got to go to school and whatnot. So what is Minnesota gonna do Tuesday morning after Dr. King's Day Monday, and they see all this crap going on? You putting terror and fear. How do you explain that to your kids? You got this crap in your neighborhood. You know? I mean, all you can do is speculate from here. It might be like the Wild Wild West. Do you understand? It might be like the Wild Wild West. In fact, let's look at something right quick. When did the Snoop Dogg video Lavender release? I think it was 3/12. Yeah, it was 3/12. I remember 3/12. 3/12, 2017. Yeah, 3/12. 3/12 is when Constantine had changed everything over. God gave him a vision. Let's see how that looks in relation to this. 3/12. What a situation we find ourselves in, huh? And then today is the 18th. Constantine. 2025. Wild Wild West. Look at that. Look at that, people. 3/12. That's when the Snoop Dogg video came out. Versus this here, today's date, 74, America. And if I'm not mistaken, the 53rd day of the year is 222. Is that right? February 53rd day of the year is 222. Remember Snoop Dogg? They had the situation with Trump. That's why I said it could be the Wild Wild West. It could be the Wild Wild West. In other words, we might be approaching a Lincoln situation. Use your head. Y'all smart. Y'all figure it out. They tell you in the past, you just got to put it together. You understand what I'm saying? It's happening before our eyes. I'm French Shot Pierce. I'm glad I thought about that last part. This is going on, people. This is real. This is real. God bless.